What is this Janeu? What is this Janeu? And why do I have to wear it? And why does Nanki not have one? Asked Guru Nanak. To be honest, I don't know the exact answer to these questions. All I know is that I have had this Janeu since I was your age, and my father, grandfather and great-grandfather, all of them have had this string, replied Mithakalu. Can I ask these questions to our Purohit? Pleaded Nanak. I think that is best thing to do. Pandits are the most learned persons in our community, and our Purohit Pandit Hardayal will be able to answer all your questions, said Mithakalu. Thank you, said Guru Nanak. Word quickly spread that today Nanak would ask the Pandit the meaning of the Janeu. This was something that nobody had done before, and everyone expected a very lively and informative discussion between the child genius Guru Nanak and the scholarly Pandit. The gathering. There was a huge gathering at the ceremony, and the Pandit Hardayal arrived on time. He was greeted with great respect by the family, the close relatives, and everyone in attendance. Guru Nanak's father told him that his son Nanak wanted to know all about the Janeu before he was to be adorned with the string, and had requested an explanation for the ceremony from the Pandit. Pandit Hardayal told him that he already knew about this and he had come prepared. He told Mehta Kalu that he expected this because he knew that Guru Nanak, being an inquisitive child, would question him about ritual. Everyone knows how intelligent Nanak is from school, where he progressed in his studies very quickly. He asked Pandit Brijnath and Mulla Kutubuddin very unusual questions about the books he read with them. So I expected this and am well prepared for all his questions, said Pandit Hardayal. The Havan, the sacred fire, was lit as chanting of verses from Hindu religious books commenced. Everyone gathered around the fire. Pandit Hardayal asked Guru Nanak to sit by his side so that he can perform the ceremony of the sacred thread. Guru Nanak sat close to the Pandit and said, Pandit ji, can I ask you some questions about Janeu? Yes, you can. Your father has already told me about this. Let us finish the ceremony first, and then I will answer all your questions, replied Pandit Hardayal. Guru Nanak has questions. Pandit ji, if you answer my questions first, then I will be able to enjoy the whole ceremony, so please allow me to ask you these questions before you start, urged Guru Nanak. Pandit Hardayal replied, I knew that you would ask me things about the ceremony, so I came prepared to answer all your questions. However, before you ask me a question, I will explain in detail for the benefit of everyone here what the significance of Janeu is. I am sure this will answer most of your questions. Yes, that will be good, answered Nanak. Pandit Hardayal started addressing the audience. Upanyanam is the initiation ritual by which boys are invested with a sacred thread to symbolize the transference of spiritual knowledge. The Janeu ceremony is a very important event in the life of a Hindu, as he gets the Yajjopavita, the sacred thread, in this ceremony. According to our religious books and Manusmriti, the second birth happens when he is given the sacred thread, Janeu, which we will be doing shortly to Nanak. There is a third birth, which takes place on the initiation to the performance of a sacrifice. Out of these three births, the second one is the most important, as this is for the sake of Vedas. In this birth, the goddess of knowledge, Savitri, is his mother and teacher, the Brahman Guru is his father. One who has not been initiated cannot read or pronounce any Vedic text except at the time of funeral rites. A Brahman boy is eligible for the ceremony of the sacred thread at the age between 5 and 8, the Kshatriya at the age between 9 and 11, and Vaisya is entitled to it at the age of 12. The age for the third birth, The Savitri initiation is 16, 22nd, and 24th for a Brahman, Kshatriya and the Vaisya respectively. As you know, Nanak is more than 9 years old, and he is born in Kshatriya caste. It is the time for him to get this sacred thread. His parents are very religious and have organized this function for their only son. As you know, Nanak is a genius, and once initiated by this ceremony of sacred thread, he will have access to the treasure of the Vedas and other religious books. I can say without any doubt that one day he will become a great scholar of our Vedic texts. When Nanak will study our religious text, he will find this information in Manusmriti and other religious texts.